Hi, everyone. Good morning and welcome for joining us in our Monday webinar. Here's with us Angela Rodriguez, and Angela Rodriguez is going to give us about some tips from our products, and also she's going to talk about some digital techniques that we can use in our own business so we can have more sellings and push our business to grow well more. Hi, Angela. Welcome.
Thank you, Cynthia. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, all of those of you who are joining us live in Zoom this morning. Why don't we start the day? It's a Monday, right? Let's start the day with a little positivity in the chat. Let us know something positive that happened over your weekend. I know we all need a little boost of positive energy on a Monday, right? So for example, this weekend, my girls and I made my mom's sugar cookie recipe and they got to decorate them, which they love. There are a lot of sprinkles all over my kitchen, but I have happy kids. So that was fun. I love those traditions that they get so excited about. Let us know in the chat what is something very positive from your weekend to start off this week. And I will also start going over kind of our agenda and things like that. We're really going to focus on giving you some oomph for the rest of the month of December. How can we plan our content ahead of time so that our business keeps running even when we're busy with family things this month? And we're also going to talk about how to have influence and really create high quality content for our ideal audience when we are trying to reach people who are going to really love our products the most. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, and so our agenda for today, we're going to have a product spotlight about the intensive renewal mask from the Vital Use line. We're going to talk about creating more influence in our community, focusing on like our public outreach to get more customers that aren't already in our personal circle. We're going to talk about planning and scheduling content ahead of time. We'll go in more into depth about the Meta Business Suite, and then we'll go over our call to action and current sales. So our product spotlight is the intensive renewal mask. This is one of my favorites from the Vital Use line. I know a lot of us use the full line. Let us know in the chat if you already have this. I'm going to back up here. This is great for when our skin starts to show signs of our stress or our fatigue, environmental elements that have been affecting it. And this really gives our skin a nice reset that gives it back its glow and its elasticity. So the main ingredients in this are Edelweiss and black rose extract. So there's also black rosehip and quinine, and those are going to help in combination with shea butter, hyaluronic acid, etc. They do the following things for our skin. They relax, renew, and regenerate the look of dry, tired, and dull skin, especially those of us who live in cold climates. This is a big deal because we want to be able to kind of protect our skin from those elements. And it does, if we are out in the cold for a long time, if our skin starts to get dry, it just loses its glow, right? So it also repairs the protective layer that our skin already has. It restores our skin's balance and maximizes the protection that our skin already does for itself. It provides deep and immediate infusion of hydration, and it renews the skin's elasticity and resilience. And like I said, it really does give your skin its glow back. This is a great product to use once a week. Some people might use it twice, depending on how much environmental things their skin goes through. But for me, once a week is perfect. Depending on your customers' schedules or your own schedule, maybe you want to make it like a Friday night routine. You've gone through your work week, you want to close that out and kind of erase the signs of your fatigue and stress on your skin and start the weekend fresh. That's a great time to use this, but try to encourage your customers to pick a day and a time where they always use it, right? Also, if you're using this at home, you want to cleanse your face. So remove makeup, either with the micellar makeup remover or with the cleansing gel. So cleanse your face, and then you want to apply this. And at home, you'd leave it for 15 to 20 minutes. And just really make sure that you relax during that time. Your skin is really going to absorb the benefits and get the best out of this product when you are relaxed. It takes the stress out of your body and lets it focus on what it's doing up here, right? So make sure you lay back and relax, leave it on 15 to 20 minutes. If you're doing this in a spa, you would have your customers put it on half of their face so that they can notice the difference. Have them take some before and after pictures. And you can leave it on for 10 minutes if you're doing a spa just for time's sake, right? So that's a little bit shorter. But remember, you want them to see the difference. Okay, so before and after pictures are great, or applying to half of the face. And if you're doing a spa, you can just rinse it with like a wet cotton disc. At home, I rinse it, with water. And a great thing to use this for, like I also do like a 15 to 20 minute soak in our bath essences with our herbal bath foams. And so that's a great way to combine these into 20 minutes that just kind of resets your whole body and skin. So that's a good way to recommend this to customers as well. Or if you're looking at other marketing tips for this time of year, you might want to think of it as like, okay, you're hosting a big family gathering at your house, and that is a lot of work. Cleaning your house, cooking for it, like prepping, all of these things, like it's a lot of work. So encourage your customers to set aside, 30 to 40 minutes before people are going to start showing up at their house. Okay, you've done all the work. Now take 20 minutes to lay back with this beautiful mask on your face. And it's not scary. It doesn't scare small children because it's just clear on your skin. I love that about it as well. Just lay back for 20 minutes and kind of reset your skin so you get your glow back and kind of erase the signs of your fatigue of the day of prepping for this family gathering. And then, you just make sure you wipe it off and go on with the rest of your skincare routine. I usually follow this up with I rinse and then tonic and moisturizer and makeup, etc. If you have customers asking, can I leave this on for more than 20 minutes? I would say we don't really recommend it, because when we're doing an intense treatment like this, it's not going to give our skin the ability to breathe like it normally does. So you only want to leave it on for 20 minutes. Make sure you rinse it off so that your skin gets back to like the normal light breathing that it could do, right? Otherwise, it's just too closed off. So make sure that it is a 20-minute treatment and then we rinse. Yes, any questions about this, go ahead and put them in the chat. But this is a fantastic product. There's lots of different ways to market it this time of year, but also just we all need that little bit of a reset in our skincare routine. Okay, any questions? Any questions? And as always, you can look this up on your personal website and go to where it says download file and get tons of information as well if you'd like to learn more about it. Okay, and then for our business tools this week, we want to just talk about some different ways to generate more influence with your community. Last week, we talked about ways to do this with your existing customer group, which are generally people who already know you as a person, already love and respect you, want to support your business, and how can you treat them well and say thank you for being a part of your business. This week, we're going to focus more on, let's say we're trying to find new customers. Right? We are reaching out on our public accounts on our Facebook business page, our Instagram business account, and we're trying to reach out to the people who are going to love our used products the most. So this is good news. This means we don't have to rely on our family and friends to keep our business running. We have lots of tools available to have a more public outreach and find people who are already really interested in what we have to offer. So when we are doing this, one key step that I want you to focus on this week is just taking the time to identify who is your ideal customer. And we're going to create kind of a profile of them, or an avatar, we call it. We want to, every time we're creating content in our public accounts, we want it to be focused on, okay, who is my ideal customer? Who is the person who's going to really appreciate these products, who is already looking for them, and who is likely to become a loyal customer in my business, right? So by taking the time to identify them, you kind of have to sit and think, and this will be different for all of us, right? Who am I going to connect with the most? And thinking of the overarching principles of use, right? So think about, okay, your ideal customer who is going to be one of your top customers for use. What causes them pain or stress? What do they need to relieve in their life? What are their biggest fears? What difficulties do they face during the day? What do they most want or need? What specific solutions might improve their happiness and well-being, right? So try to imagine a person, and these are kind of like the general things, right? Like their big needs and fears, etc. You also want to go into depth a little bit about, okay, what is their gender typically? What is their career, or what types of careers are our customers generally going to have? Their income, their family or marital situation. Like I talk a lot about parents with small children because that's my life and those are experiences that I can share. Their daily routine. Do you want someone who has a lot of self-care already, or do they need a lot of self-care tips? Do they need to be convinced that self-care is important? Things like that. Hobbies, interests, age, etc. So think of all those factors and kind of create like an ideal customer in your mind. Because you do not have to please everyone that's out on the internet with your business. Okay, that is not a realistic expectation. You want to get your business to reach people who are already interested in what you have to offer, your talents, your knowledge, and our used products. Yes. So how can we once we create this avatar, like write it down on a piece of paper. You could even put an image along with it, right? You could, whatever you want, but have a specific person in mind. And then how do we put this to use for our business? I already know, okay, my ideal customer has this type of job, or maybe they work from home, they are in this age range, they have these skills, etc. And you can even think customers or consultants, right? Who would be the ideal customer for your business? Who would be the ideal PCC member in your business? Who would be the ideal consultant in your team? Things like that. You can, all of those work together, because most of our consultants have fallen in love with our products as customers first, right? So when we put this to use in our business, the biggest thing is planning your social media content. So when you are writing like a descriptor for a graphic or a video that you post, make sure you're hooking with a key emotion or experience that your ideal customer might be having. It's not all about us. We are connecting our life to theirs, but think about what is they're going to be like, oh man, this person gets my life, right? This person understands what I need. That's where you want to use your hook in your social media content that you create. How is it going to reach in and touch the emotions or the experiences of your ideal customer that you have in mind? Connect with them, share your personal experiences, and try to connect with their experiences. Speak to their problems, fears, and challenges that they might be facing. Again, you've already brainstormed, my ideal customer has these needs. I'm going to focus on those needs in my social media content. And then share specific tips to meet those needs and improve those situations for them. So you want to say like, okay, I emotionally understand that this goes on in our life. They're like, yes, it does, right? This is a problem and a solution, and this is a used product that really helps make that so much better. And you're helping kind of solve that solution. And then you want to have some kind of call of action. They're like, yes, I follow you. I need this. This is what I need to help my day feel better. And then have some kind of call to action so that they do something to say like, yes, I want to meet that need. And I can do that with used. Okay. And not only used, but also the talents that you have to offer with used. Do you have expertise about how to use their used products the best? Are you a pro in self-care techniques beyond just the products, etc.? They want to connect with you because of your talents, your vibe, your energy, and the fact that you understand what they're going through. Yes. So this is something that's very important. For example, I know what it's like to be a full-time working mom with small children. I know what it's like to be a stay-at-home mom, work from home mom with small children. And that means I can speak to what those people are going through. If you don't have small children in your house, that's not going to probably be your prime audience because it's harder to connect with them. But you can think of another audience that has these needs of stress and fatigue and skincare and etc. You can focus it on where you can connect the best. Okay, so maybe in the chat, those of you who are here with us live today, just try to include, type down or write down a few characteristics of your ideal customer / PCC member / consultant that you think would be great for your team and that you think you would really connect with. And if you don't want to put in the chat, that's okay, but write it down somewhere because we want to make that something solid that we can refer to often as we create our content for our business. We put a lot of time into creating content. Make it worth it. Make it reach the people that are going to give you the most results. Okay. We also wanted to talk about, oh, wait, I forgot to delete this one. Sorry. We also want to talk about some social media tips that are going to help you with content creation. So when we are going into a holiday season, for example, or any month, because life can be unpredictable, and we want to keep our business rolling consistently. But I, for example, have weeks where my entire family gets sick and it's really hard for me to make time to make quality content, or my voice is really rough, or, and I just don't look good. I don't want to be making TikToks and videos and things like that when I feel miserable. So by planning your content ahead of time, you're able to be more consistent in your business. You're able to have some focused work time when you can grab it, right? When you can set it aside, and you can really get a lot done in a short period of time that will keep your business going over the course of the month. So we wanted to talk about this specifically with the holiday season coming up, but just in general, I think it's very helpful. So make sure that you're always setting aside your family time and your work time. Okay. Family is not all family time. It's not all work time. We want to set specific periods of time aside for each thing. Choose specific back to work days. So if you're going to take a few days off during your holidays, make sure you know when you're coming back, and then schedule your social media ahead of time to keep your algorithms active, to keep your customers engaged. When you're planning your content, like we talked about last week, think of those 3 pillars of content. Make sure you have a variety of content that has community and connection, where you're connecting with your customers. Self-care and wellness tips, like your own talents and our used products. How do we bring those together? And then also talk about our products and promotions as well, right? We just don't want it to be like all sales or anything like that, because that's not what helps people make decisions to buy from your business, right? They are going to make decisions based on their emotional factors and their psychological factors, more than anything, more than a sale, more than 25% off. So just really stay focused on needs. We can talk about promotions, because maybe that's like the call to action that brings people to our website, right? But always focus your content on connecting with customers and meeting their needs. Okay. And also, when we are planning that content, it can be helpful to have, like, on Mondays, I'm going to do this. On Tuesdays, I'm going to do this. On Wednesdays, this, Thursdays, Fridays, etc. Plan like a routine of content to make sure that you keep up that variety. So maybe one day you do like, this is a need, here's a solution, here's how to use the used product to solve that problem. Maybe another day you are demonstrating like a whole self-care routine, like your skincare routine, or something like that. And maybe Wednesdays are connect with community. So you have like a funny, like a meme or a graphic that you create where people share about their life experiences. You want to include, like, I like to do like kind of like meme type activities that are kind of funny, and people are like laughing about things that cause them stress or fatigue or whatever. Like, I just try to, it helps me understand my audience, and it's also just to keep my social media fun. Maybe one day you're doing product demos, or you're live and you're doing FAQs. Some people have asked me about this. Here's the answer, etc. A lot of consultants do used opportunity presentations on a regular basis. They post content for relevant holidays, etc. So there's lots of different ways to brainstorm your content. But for a lot of people, it's helpful to have like a routine where you're doing the same things on the same days. If you're thinking, okay, how much content do I really want to post? You might want to think of like your stories, for example, which are shorter term. They only last 24 hours. It's nice to have one of those up every single day, so that always stays live. So that's a good goal to meet, is a story every day, because those are really fast. Those are just like snippets of your life. Like, I just posted one on my personal social media of, I had my girls were out playing in the freshly fallen snow, and I had my coffee cup, and I just took a picture of, my girls were kind of blurry in the background, a picture of like fresh snow for them, Guducci and coffee for me, right? Like, just little things like that. It's so easy, but it just keeps it in people's minds that this is what we do, and that these things are available. It opens up conversations where people are like, hey, what is Guducci? So think about that. How can you post a quick story every day, and how can it be related to self-care, well-being, and used? And for a lot of people, like posts that you have to write a longer description for, things like that, try to start with like 3 days a week. Can you do 3 of those a week? Maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever days work for you, but those incorporate a little bit more planning. We write a little bit more in our descriptions, because we want people to read more about it and learn more about it and stay looking at our content, because it boosts our algorithms. So those take a little bit more time. Try to do 3 of those a week. You might be able to go up to 5 or 7, but pick a plan that is reasonable for you, for your schedule, and that you can keep up with. Okay. So those are some ideas for how to brainstorm our content. Now, when you want to use technology to help all of that be much easier, like we mentioned last week, a great resource is the app called the Meta Business Suite. And what this does is it helps us program posts and stories that will go to Facebook and Instagram. So for me, this is my Facebook business page, which is connected to my Instagram business page, right? You know how you can toggle between your personal accounts and your business accounts that way on Facebook and Instagram? So these I have set up going to my business, because I personally don't post a ton on my personal social media, because my personal contacts, like, they don't want to just have me like pushing sales at them all the time, right? So I just focus this kind of stuff on my business pages, on those those sources. And there are some really cool ways to set up that content. So like I said, you can create posts and schedule them in this app. Those will stay on, a post will stay on your feed. They're more planned out. We put a little bit more time into those. And then you can also create stories, which are more spontaneous. They just last for 24 hours. And they're brief. Like each section of a story is 15 seconds or less. Like if you're going to put a video up, it'll be 15 seconds or less, and then it will click to the next part of your story as like a separate piece. So just keep that in mind. Those are just like snippets of our lives or snippets of our products, snippets of updates and things like that, that we want people to just kind of check quickly. Now, when we're using this app for Meta Business Suite, this works really well for scheduling ahead, which is what we're focusing on. We can schedule our content ahead of time to our pages, like my Facebook business page, my Instagram business page, but it will not let me schedule ahead into my group. Like if a lot of you are maybe like me, you have a private customer group that are for like people that you know in person, versus your like public outreach customers, right? So that I have to do separately if I'm planning on scheduling things to post throughout the month. I'm planning them at the beginning of the month to post throughout the month. I will only be able to set this up scheduled for my pages, like my business page in Facebook and my business page in Instagram. So that's just a clarification thing. And then let me see, make sure that, can you guys see this video? Should be able to, I'm going to show you how to kind of start using this app with this video.
Okay, so when I am in Meta Business Suite, I have already connected. I logged in with my Facebook account. My Instagram and Facebook are connected, so I have that all ready to go. And I'm just going to go and press this blue plus button so that I can start scheduling content and have it go out in those different places. So here I'll click the blue plus button. I'll choose in my programming stories for different days or posts. I'm going to go to post. And as long as you have your accounts connected, you'll be able to click on your Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to choose my customer group, like my private customer group of close contacts as well, and just have.
And again, if I'm clicking on my private customer groups, on my Facebook groups, this is going to be to post content in that moment, not to schedule ahead. If you are planning on scheduling ahead for a future date, don't post that to your customer group yet. You'll have to do that on your own later. Like I sometimes will let it post to my Facebook page and then I share that into my customer group in that moment. Okay, just to clarify that point.
Have everything posted in all three places. So, and then from here, I will click done and I'm ready to create my content.
Okay, so that's the first step, is get your account set up in Meta Business Suite, make sure they're logged in, and then you can choose to post it in multiple places at once.
Okay, so when I am in Meta,
let me switch the page. Okay, now the next thing is you want to create a high quality post, right? Whether it's a story or post, you want something that's quality, that's going to hook your ideal audience. You're going to be able to describe it, tell some stories about it, and then give them a call to action, like email me in this bio, or check out this bit.ly, or something, or message me for more information, things like that, and then add 3 to 5 hashtags. So here's how we do that.
Then I'm going to start writing my posts and scheduling them to be posted at different times. So choose the media that you're going to include. That's especially important for Instagram. So just go to photo, video, and give it access. Okay, and then let's say I am posting something about the holidays. We'll just do this. So I will start off with a hook for my audience about some kind of need, right? Are you ready for the holiday hustle and bustle, something like that, saying like, okay, holidays are fun, but they are busy, right? Ready for the holiday hustle and bustle. And then here I'm going to start going into the essential 3 set will help you make the most of your holidays without feeling stressed. Maybe I'll put some different emojis in so that I can list what each of the essential 3s does and go into detail there. Okay, I'll go into detail about each of the essential 3s and how they will help me through the holidays. And then at the bottom, I want to include a call for action, right? Like contact me in my bio, or contact me via email in my bio, or contact me or send me a message with your questions, things like that. You want to have some kind of, depending on how you have your account set up, set up a call to action so they do something with this information, and then go in and add your hashtags at the bottom.
Okay, so set your post up, and I'm going to show you how you can make hashtags really easy.
Then I'm going to start writing my posts and scheduling them to be posted at different times. So choose choose the media that you're going to include. That's especially important.
Okay, and how can we make our hashtags really easy so that when we're posting often, it's kind of already set up?
One of my favorite tools in Meta Business Suite is being able to create hashtag groups that I can easily post without having to retype them all, remember them all. And it's really easy to set up. So when I'm creating hashtags for a post, instead of just putting them here and just typing them in, I would go down here where it says groups and click that plus button and create groups of topics and with their hashtags so that you can just click on a topic and all those hashtags go into your post automatically. So I have already set up like fatigue, headache, stress. So when you click this little plus button, you just give it a name like, let's say muscle pain or something like that. And then click the plus button and add in hashtags that you would normally use for muscle pain on those posts. So you just type in your hashtag, maybe sore muscles, muscles, and then click space and you'll see it creates that kind of like that tag or that hashtag. Down here, it tells you what else do you think your top customers are going to be looking for, new group of hashtags interested in use, right? So choose 3 to 5 that are related to your product and click done and done. And now you have a new group of hashtags created. When you are creating a post like what I'm doing right now, I just click on here. I'm going to click fatigue, headaches. I just click and hit add, and they automatically post at the bottom of my post that I'm creating, right? So I have my media in there. I have a hook, description, call to action, hashtags, and then I click next. And I can choose to publish now, or I can choose to schedule for later. But you know what? It's telling me that with my Facebook group selected, it's not going to let me select for later. So that's something that you can choose for creating content that is used for later on. You'll want to not publish to your Facebook group. Okay, so you can also choose if you're going to pay to boost your post, and you'll be able to see like a preview of your post down at the bottom and see how it looks. Obviously, I would fill the rest of that in. You can also click on Instagram and preview what will it look like in Instagram. Is my hook visible enough for my public that they're going to be intrigued and want to look at my post? Okay, and then I click publish and it will go out. Right now I have selected as publish now. It will go out now into all those different groups that I've selected. One of my
okay. All right, so a quick review of that information. What is the name of this app and to which social media platforms can we plan and post our content? This is called the Meta Business Suite. It posts to Facebook and Instagram. Also, how can you write a high quality post? What things should we include? Make sure you have a hook to engage, connect with the emotions of your audience, describe and tell stories to connect them to the experience, describe the products that we're talking about in the post, call to action, do this thing, and add your 3 to 5 relevant hashtags. Can I schedule content for future dates on my business pages? Yes. Can I schedule content for my groups? No, it won't let you schedule future content for your Facebook groups. Okay. What if I want to plan my content for TikTok? Just make drafts and have them ready and then post those to TikTok. This app does not work with TikTok, but if you just create your drafts ahead of time, you can post those later on throughout the month if needed. So our call to action for this week, we want you to keep selling 2 sets or $300 per week. That's a great way to keep your business booming, and create and schedule content for over your holiday break. Try to do daily stories and post at least 3 times a week. Using Meta Business Suite can be really helpful to save you time on that. Okay, and then we'll just talk really briefly about our sales for the week so that you all have that information.